Today has been a day. I really honestly don't know how else to say it. It has been a day. I have been in a place of back and forth with the Lord today. And you should be having a back and forth conversation with Him every day, right? But that's not what I mean. In my life, it has seemed to always be that I am only to other people someone to break down, to then build somebody else up. To be someone to be talked about in whatever format. Someone other people can say whatever about, and nobody else seems to care. The people close to me, supposed to be close to me, do not care. That's how it appears to be. Has appeared to be, I would say, all of my life. I have struggled with the image of myself in the fountain, sitting down on my knees, in the fountain, because I am the fountain. My blood is the fountain. And that image came to me first when I was in middle school, I think. And it has stuck with me ever since. So I was in a back and forth with the Lord today. Because in my walk right now, my current walk with my husband, restoration is not easy. It's not. Throughout our marriage, there were and have been, always was, someone that he compared me to, that I wasn't as good as, that I was close but no cigar. You know that saying, right? But I never was the bar, right? He, during our separation, before our separation, throughout our marriage, it's been something where that's always been the case. There has always been someone else that I don't measure up to. And I have to be told that. I have to be told that. And some choice things were said in the last few days that really have had me just in a really awful headspace. And like I said, I've been back and forth with the Lord here. See, tonight. Tonight it's 11 something my time. But asking him, why am I allowed to be torn down by people who are supposed to care about me to then build somebody else up? And of course, the answer is we're not. That's not something that he wants happening in our lives. But then that made me ask, well, why is it that it feels like that's been that way my entire life? Why has he, them, they, all been doing this my entire life? Why is it that I have never been someone that other people saw that needed protected, that needed loyalty, that needed... I'm strong enough to be the rock that they break down constantly to feed somebody else. What is that? And the Lord wanted me to speak. Peace be still. If you are in a place, anywhere like where I'm at right now, this is when we need to tell our thoughts to be still. Before this, no, a couple days ago, before you get to this point, don't get to the spiraling thoughts. Don't let Satan do that to you. God doesn't want that done to us. He doesn't want us open to it. What my husband says and does very much hurt me. And I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for what the Lord promised me regarding my husband, that I will be surprised. And he will choose me and put me first under God. If you don't know this, husband, wife, when you get married, it's God, right? And then it's your wife, and then it's your children, and then it's your parents. And friends are probably after that. I don't know. Nobody actually ever puts friends in that list, but probably correctly does fall right under there. When you don't put your spouse first, when you don't protect them. So, for example, I had in the past a couple guys I thought were friends. I considered friends, but that line got crossed because I got too attached. But putting that aside, even when they were just friends, and before my mindset and all of that shifted towards them in a different way, right? Before that, they were always a little too willing to disrespect my husband. And my dad said some choice things about my husband that I had to address. I had to put down those during our separation. And those friendships I needed to get rid of, right? Because the Lord taught me that that wasn't respectful. And trying to measure my husband up to other people wasn't respectful. And I had done that to other people my entire life. I think men were taught to a degree to look for bigger, better, who's bigger, who's better, who makes more money, who is more handsome, who can give you more, right? But that's not healthy. That's not healthy. Now, I'm not at all saying that, you have to settle. Don't do that. But make a list, right? Make a list. Check them off one at a time. Give them an honest shot separately. Man, woman, I don't care who you are. I don't care what you are. Don't do that to someone. Don't do this to someone. Learning that I'm the one that doesn't have to be talked to. That doesn't need to be protected or respected. That I am the one that can just be repeatedly torn down for others. Don't do that to your spouse, please. And if you're in that spiral, thinking about all those things that happened, all those things, then one wrong. Because your spouse has disrespected you and put you in that place to build somebody else up, build a counterfeit up. Stop and listen. Stop and listen. Stop the thoughts. Give it all to God. Sow it all. Cry it all out. Give him all of it. Give him all of it. And let's remember that we're supposed to be in each other's corner first. And if anyone has us pitting against our husband, our wife, that person doesn't belong there. Nobody belongs between you and your spouse. The two are supposed to leave and cleave together and become one flesh. Tell me what is between you and your flesh. There's nothing. There's no distance there. There's no there's no comparing. There's no one taking from you and from yours in a healthy marriage setting. And they are not allowed to take from you and from yours, whether you're the husband or the wife. And I know that this is not an easy place. And I ask the Lord, when we are being treated this way, how are we supposed to feel? The Bible says, don't grow weary in doing good. And I asked him, how are we supposed to not grow weary when we're being treated like we've got endless bits of us, just endless bits of us that you can take and build somebody else with it. I'm not a Lego set, okay? It's not okay. You're not a Lego set that they can just take endless pieces and buy more and it's all there all the time. It's not how that works. Why is it? But weariness is, how do I put this? It's normal to be hurt, to be upset, to be angry, to be all of the things, even sometimes all at once, right? But weariness happens, true weariness happens when we are not letting it go, when we are holding on to stuff that we're not supposed to hold on to, when we're supposed to take that to the Lord and give it to the Lord and stand fast and patient. And we don't always have to be joyful. We don't always have to be joyful. We do not always have to feel happy, joyful. But in the moments that this stuff happens, we take it back to Him and we seed it and we sow it. And I forget honestly who I heard it from. I think it was Trina Hankins' husband. And I forget what his name is. I'm sorry, you can Google it. But I think it was him. And that, you don't have to feel it. But what matters is the look, right? Smile. Even though you don't feel that smile, right? He says to laugh when you don't feel like laughing. Do you know what laughing sounds like when you don't feel like laughing? It's literally just going ha ha ha. And it feels absolutely ridiculous, but but the more that you do it, in the really, really bad times, the more you will be able to actually laugh come later. Because we sit at the right hand of God with Jesus. Jesus is first, right? So we're on the other side. We're right there. We're at Jesus' feet. We got our heads in his lap. We're sitting there with him. That's a place of power and peace and position. God looks and sees Satan, sees his attempts, and just laughs. He laughs. Satan has no power no power at all to derail what the Lord has said and what He has given you. But if we do not put down those thoughts, if we do not stop that spiral, if we don't stop that spiral at the start, you end up where I ended up this evening. And now, I have said before, I believe that we are perfectly allowed to do healthy boundaries. The Lord does not want us broken and abused and used. That includes being used to build somebody else up. That's being used. It's being used. And we are so precious to Him. We are so precious to Him. But you have to remember to do it in a respectful way, in a loving way. And I ended up in a spiral, and I said some things that I needed to, and a lot of things that I didn't need to say, because I was in a spiral, and the Lord had to address it with me because I monologued a lot. I can really get into, like, I don't know anybody who can't monologue a lot. But I had told the Lord that I repented of whatever negative seed, and I asked Him to not let the negative seed grow, to burn it. And that I repented from whatever I did that needed to be repented from, and then I asked Him to show me what that was. We need to be careful. Not careful, watchful. Sorry, that's the better word. Watchful. Because monologuing is not respectful, and it is not loving. Because it's literally you spiraling in one direction, leaving no room for anybody else to feel anything. And then often as we go down our spirals, as we speak in our spirals, we go from being hurt and needing to set a boundary, to angry, to prosecute, to being the prosecutor. We go from being on your side, but there needs to be, there needs to be some things here. There needs to be some rules, some boundaries, some things set, because we are still holy, right? We are still holy ground. But you can't go from monologuing. You can't go anywhere healthy after that. It doesn't work. The Lord told me that I was monologuing, and I told Him my answer to Him. Honestly, this was my answer. I said, well, He monologues at me all the time. And the Lord asked me, do I feel heard when He is monologuing? Do I feel loved when He is monologuing? Do I feel respected? And like I'm another human being who matters in the conversation while He is monologuing? No, we don't. We don't. We don't. It's not good communication. It's not healthy. And it tears us apart. It tears us apart. It tears us apart. It tears them apart. This stuff that we often monologue about and allow to build into the storm is supposed to be a conversation between you and the Lord. Us and the Lord. And when we don't do that, that's when it becomes this storm that just spirals and takes you down every other negative thing that has ever happened. Showing you patterns and things you don't want to see. And you don't need to dwell on any of that. You don't need to dwell on any of that. Because that's not healthy. That's not a place where you are going to get any growth. The Lord cannot speak to us while we are spiraling out of control in our thoughts, while we are saying whatever we want to say, while we are monologuing. Nobody can say anything to us. It's not a good place to be. The only place we are supposed to dwell is the Lord. And there is a reason for that. Because He does not want us torn apart. He does not want us to put ourselves in this position and others in this position. I am disappointed. I am hurt. I am angry. I am upset. Yes. Yes. I feel let down. Because I expected, I wanted better. But the Lord gives me better. The Lord protects me and values me. And you too. And He loves you. Set that boundary. Make it simple, make it plain. And then walk away. Don't monologue. Don't entertain the spiral of thoughts. Stand still and listen. Stay still and listen. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. It's only by His hand that these things get fixed. And we can take wrong mindsets to court. But it's not ours to prosecute. It's not ours to beat vocally out of somebody. No matter how hurt or angry or upset or disappointed we are.